What's up, everybody? So, I wanted you just to be able to see the forehead a little bit better. So I'm gonna try. I'm up close, real close. Am I in focus? Hopefully we get in focus. I'm in focus. You ever talk to yourself like that? Yeah, that makes sense. So today we're talking about perfect breathing. Real quick, hold up, guys. Hold on a second. End of James Allen's As a Man Thinketh. Hopefully I'm in this video, but As a Man Thinketh, James Allen. Here's the last 10 seconds. Again.
Say it to your heart. Peace. Be still.
Well, that was the last 3 seconds. Hold on.
This has been As a Man Thinketh, written by
You
James
guys gotta
Allen.
hear this.
In the bark of your soul reclines the coming. Weak. Self-control is strength. Right thought is mastery. Calmness is power.
Calmness is power. We went over right thought. We went over self-mastery, self-control. And now we're on to how to be calm. What better way than learning how to breathe correctly? And I've been taking this throughout the day, guys. Really fascinating. So, from the very beginning, I think I might label this anxiety and stress and the breath. Let the breath be with you. It's like the force. Check this out. This is a great quote. I don't know who Natalie Goldberg is, but I might want to get to know her after this quote. This is, just enlightening quote. Ready? Brings you back. Stress is basically a disconnection from the earth. A forgetting of the breath. Stress is an ignorant state. It believes that everything is an emergency. Nothing is that important. Just lie down. The breath. So let's just go dive into some of the importance on breathing and how they can help us. So we're talking about things: anxiety, stress. The National Institute for Mental Health estimates that 2.4 million Americans suffer from anxiety and panic disorders. It affects twice as many women as men. Although anxiety can be a natural response to stress and can help to motivate us and make us focus, it can become detrimental and unhealthy when it becomes a chronic response. Many people have had isolated episodes of panic, but this can become a very serious affliction when it occurs for no apparent reason. Anxiety is distinguished by tension, headaches, insomnia, stomach pains, nausea, and sweating, to name a few of the symptoms. Panic attacks, by comparison, tend to be much more severe, characterized by paralyzing fear or terror, uncontrolled trembling, breathing difficulty, and irrational fears. These attacks can be so debilitating that they can often lead to additional fear of having the attacks, which can in turn lead to the fear of being in public. That's called agoraphobia. Conscious breathing techniques can be an important and powerful tool for both preventing and mitigating. I'm not knowing these words, how to say them sometimes, man. Preventing these types of attacks. So, let's dive in. We're already diving in. Let's go deeper. I wanted to share with you this part, man. It was super cool. Explaining especially why we get so nervous. I remember going into the gym. There was this long walk, and there was girls, it was probably because of the girls, and I was hopped up on pre-workout, but there was this long walk, and I would go in, and I felt like my steps were super awkward. I would be walking, and I just felt so like stiff, and when I actually started learning about meditation and paying attention to correct breathing, being an intelligent breather, I would pay attention to what was happening, and every time I was nervous, it was because I wasn't breathing correctly. It says in the book, you'll notice that you take, in the very beginning, it says, compare the deep, belly-expanding breathing of a baby and the constricted upper chest breathing of most adults. So go ahead and try that, guys. I mean, if you sit like when you're taking a shit, I always get nervous taking a shit. There's no one there when I'm taking a shit, but I'm taking the shit and I'm hunched over usually. And what happens when you're hunched, your shoulders are rolled forward, you're kind of pushing down on your belly. You take these shallow breaths, so it's It's like a 1 second draw, and then 1 second out. And then if you do that for a minute, do it for 20 seconds with me. Oh God. Now compare that to sit straight up, feet flat on the floor, and go. There's a technique in here. This is how we're gonna go, and I practice this all throughout the day. Alpha as fuck, dude. Felt really powerful. So stand up, sit up straight, and then you're going. You're inhaling for 2 seconds. You're holding for 2 seconds. The top of that, all right, the peak of the breath. So hold 1, 2, and then your exhale is 4. Not 3, man. 3, no. Let me try again. Now, what this does when you exhale longer than you inhale, you're pushing out all the air, and your body's probably not used to this, guy. So you're gonna feel your body's almost gonna freak out, and then you start yawning, or you'll start feeling like a fidgeting or a trembling in your stomach, like you gotta just catch up and you breathe quicker. But just keep pushing. Practice that throughout the day. Be mindful of that, and instantly, I mean, your emotions will change. You'll notice you'll start to feel your skin itch when you sit like this. And then when you change it to more of an upright and your draw, 2 seconds through the belly, make it come through the belly, and you hold out 4. When you hit the bottom of that 4 seconds, when you're all out of air, your belly will rebound and the breath will just come naturally to you. So do that for a couple seconds. See how you feel. Let's do it. Up 2. Hold. Once more. Man, you feel so calm. I feel so good. I'm like the calmest I've ever been, like right now. And it's because I've made a conscious effort to do that throughout the day. Let me see if I can share with you guys. Some more really cool stuff. So practice the breathing, man. And I'm going to be back with another video on how this helps with exercise and how a lot of us are probably not properly breathing when we work out, and how we can make our workouts a lot stronger, which in turn, so calm, will lead to more growth, better everything. I mean, imagine if you could just bring that to every day, especially when you're standing. You guys, try that 4 second exhale when you're walking, and I feel like I notice more that my shoulders just kind of go back, and then you take the inhale, 2, hold 2, and you feel like you got an alpha walk, man. You're the lion in the room. So thank you guys for joining me. I'll be back for deep breathing. May the breath be with you. Deep belly breaths.